for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Yo, didn't that set the tone on these fools, yo? They know not what they do, for they know not who they speak. What's going on, y'all? It is your boy, Skywalker the Jedi, back at y'all with another one. Man, y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but y'all here with me rocking out, and I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that. Yeah. Just, man, y'all don't even know what's coming. Y'all don't even know what the see you soon is for. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know what the see you soon is for. But we will be seeing y'all soon. For sure. Yeah. We got something, yo. Man, I love the cool table, man. I love the Syndicate Network. I love everything that we got going on over here, man. Much love to all you guys, man. We love the support. Rain, sleet, snow, shine. You know what I mean? Y'all just be rocking out, and we just continue to do what we do, and we let the people talk. You know what I mean? We let the people talk. You know what I mean? What's going on? We got the Batman in the building saying, well, the chickens have come home to roost. Oh, absolutely, Batman. It's time. All right, yeah. We got DC Talk 82. We got Mysterious Stranger. We got Michael in here. We got Mark, who is the sponsor of the stream. What's going on, Mark? Right? We got J Mar 412 in the building. Right? We got the good Austin in the building. What's going on, bruh? Much love. Yeah. Let him know, Austin. He cooked that intro up. You know what I mean? That teaser. Y'all don't even know what's coming. We got Audio Man in the building. We got Michael in the building. We got DC Batman in the building. Who else is in here? Alan Belk is in the house. Mama Bear Doll is in the house. Thank you for being here, Mama Bear. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. We got Ray in the building. What's going on, Ray? Crazy. We got the Curly Ray in the house. What's going on, Curly Ray? All right, we got Cool One Only. Who else is in here? Who else is in here? CY98. What's going on, CY? All right, we got Future Tron, Socrates. Who else is in there? Crown Loads is in the building. What's going on, Crown Loads? All right. We got Apex Lux in here. What's going on, Brody? Hope you having a good evening. You know what I mean? Who else is in here? Oh man, we got Mark with the $2 super chat saying, "What does the see you soon mean then?" Yo, you gotta ask Austin, man. Austin, the one that's cooking it, bro. Look, y'all don't look. I've been saying this the whole time. I've been saying that I was running that effective video back for a reason. Like, you guys, I mean, y'all got to pay attention. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, I know it's past July 11th, but I was still running that teaser for a reason. And then this is another teaser for a reason. So y'all gotta stay locked in, right? Because Mark coming in here like, yo, he think he just about to spoil the surprise. And I'm like,
no, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
Hey, nah, can't do it. And then we got Mark with the member chat for 11 months saying, also, the dispute is almost over. Hopefully that's about ZSJL come back. Hey, bro, we gonna see, bro. We gonna see. You dig? Much love, Brody. Hold on, let me go ahead and get this drop, dude.
I like Zach a lot as a guy, and he was an incredibly thorough. He did all his own storyboards and stuff, which I think influenced me when I went on to my movies and do the same thing. And I saw how incredibly prepared he was. I thought it was great.
He said he was prepared for this one. He said I was prepared for Superman. Yeah. What's going on, Nessa Noel? Thank you for being here as well. All right. Who else is in the building? All right. I think I'm all caught up. So what was old is new again, bro. For sure. Let them know. All right. We got the Prime in the building. What's going on, Prime? Much love, man. Let's go ahead and let's get through this opening little rigmarole so we can go ahead and get started with the show. You dig? Make sure you guys smashing that like button, the share, the subscribe, as well as that notification bell, so that you know whenever I'm going live or about to drop a new video. You dig? Man, because y'all don't know, man. I just be, oh my God, I almost made a statement, but let me not even say that. Y'all never know, y'all all see that, I just be popping up at these events, man, from the red carpets and all this stuff, man. And it's always been love. You know what I mean? Had a good time at each and every single event. There's always been nothing but love, man. And shouts out to all y'all that's been rocking out this entire time and everybody that's rocking out going into the future. You dig? Hopefully we can try to keep you guys entertained while giving out some good information at the same time. That's the whole point of this channel. You dig? I'm talking about entertainment stuff, having fun, but just putting out some information. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag sales ZSJL and hashtag sales Snyderverse and Netflix is what we've been over here pushing. We the originators, the creators. Right now, they want to acknowledge who the creators are and the people that are behind this thing, which is pretty funny. But we just trying to secure that conclusion of Zack Snyder's DC arc over on the Netflix platform and have been using these two hashtags as the vehicle to do so. If you would like to rock out, we only ask that you follow 3 rules of engagement, which are please do not, or just please be positive while using these hashtags, as this the current home of Zack Snyder and all his original projects, right? And they've been showing mad love to the Zack Snyder fan community, and we want to make sure that we are reciprocating that. You dig? Also, we ask that you guys don't mix the hashtags, and please do not tag, mention, quote, tweet, reply to, or anything like that anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to one James Gunn. ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to, as all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Lux of the New Geeks. You dig? And if you would like to sponsor a stream, whenever you guys give super chats, super thanks, gifted memberships, anything of that nature, it will be tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream, like the homie Mark does on this one. You dig? So let's get caught back up with the chat, and then we gonna get started with the show. You dig? Because it's a lot to discuss. It's a lot to divulge and really, really talk about it, right? Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, but yeah, very, very exciting. Who else we got in here? He said road to 1 million. You know what I mean? Road to 1 million subs. Said playing some Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound. Hey, yeah, that Ninja Gaiden 4 look crazy. What up, Josh? Says Super Sky, keep shining your light and keep it at 100 always for the real. Hey, shouts out to the homie Josh Herrera, man. Josh, I actually sent you a link, bro, because I know we had kind of discussed something earlier, and if you want to come on and kind of talk about that, I think it's very important that you do. You know. Yeah. Who else is in here? All right. Now, let's go ahead and get started with the show. And then, so we can get to this information. So, once again, man, yo, out of everybody that's been discussing this movie on this side of the internet, we've been some of the ones that's been over there being very, very consistent, right? Very, very consistent. We've never wavered. We've never really, tried to act as if, we're just trying to sell you guys false hope or anything like that. The only reason why we do what we do is because we think that this shit's working. And, a long, long time ago, we stopped just thinking that it was working, but we knew that it was working, right? And there's just been this consistent kind of pushback to what we've been trying to do, and we've kind of just dug our heads in the sand and just kept working despite all of these things, right? But this entire time we've been saying, that this thing was not going to do this well. There's been dozens and dozens of influencers who have tried to kind of sell it any which way possible, that this movie was not only going to be a success, right, but that it also is a success, even though we're seeing that it's not right in front of our very eyes. They had much, much loftier expectations for this film, than what they are receiving. And anybody that tries to tell you anything of the otherwise, they're just lying to you. I mean, we got things like, James Gunn announcing sequels on social media when we were just at, Hall H, not even a week ago. Wasn't even at Hall H a week ago. And we're making announcements for sequels and shit on social media, right? When it could have been a situation where you blew the lid off of Hall H, right? But obviously that didn't happen. So I think that when you just look at the overall landscape of this company, it's being, split into parts right now. The stock has been continuing to drop ever since this movie came out. And yes, I was right because I brought this up last night, and everybody in the chat tried to make it seem like I was tripping. I was like, "Hey, y'all didn't hear about the release date getting moved up?" And everybody was like, "Nah, Sky, it's still, the 20 whatever." And I was like, "I heard it got moved up." Does anybody remember that happening last night? Does anybody remember that happening last night where I brought up that I heard that it got moved up and everybody told me I was tripping? Right? Crazy. Right? And yeah, this is where it's coming from. Right? This is where it's coming from. This is the image that has been circulating. I asked Chat GPT earlier if it got moved up. Chat GPT said yes. Right? So absolutely. Right? Why would the digital release date get moved up if this movie's doing well, yo? Right? And say, yep, Sky was right. Hey, thank you. Because I was absolutely right last night. I was like, yo, did anybody hear about it getting moved up? And it was like, nah. It's still the 26th, Sky. I was like, all right, cool. Maybe I was wrong. And I said I was wrong and I just left it at that. Right? But apparently I wasn't. And yes, this thing is going to digital on August 15th. Right? Yeah, hashtag Sky was right. I love that. I like that. You know what I mean? Bro, it's all kind of weird shit happening, man. Dean Cain getting Lois and Clark snatched off HBO Max because of the fact that he criticizing James Gunn's Superman, bro. Bro, this shit wild, ain't it? Everybody thinks that it's just full steam ahead over there, huh? Everybody's happy, right? You got executives unfollowing these dudes. And it's crazy. Right? Said digital release that early? Yeah, bro. I asked Chat GPT said yeah. And then yeah, I heard that it's moved up for Prime, bro, for Amazon Prime. Right? We got Jmar412 with the $5 super chat saying comic book movie is social media influencers with egg on their faces in many ways this week. It's quite a spectacle. Bro, it's crazy, dude. These people are crashing out, bro. They're crashing out, trying to shut everybody up, bro. Yo, man, that's why I hope Josh Herrera can come on this stream, yo, because I don't want to really, go into it unless he can talk about it, but at least slightly. We ain't going into too much detail, but nah, man, it's crazy, bro. I was talking to some other content creators, man. Yo, it's crazy what's happening right now. Everybody that speaks bad about this movie is getting attacked, bro. It's wild. It's wild. Anybody. Bruh, they didn't turn on Jeremy Johns, bro. They called Jeremy Johns MAGA, bro. I was like, are you serious? Just because he didn't like this movie, he's MAGA? What's going on? You know? But hey, we'll see. We shall see. Let me go ahead and let me play this drop for you, Jamar.
The movie is ridiculous. First of all, forget the political innuendos, and they're about as subtle as a jackhammer. I don't care about that. I'm not getting into that. What I'm getting into is, as for someone who's a old-time TV show Superman guy, this movie was pure torture to sit through. This was 2 hours of this new Superman. It was he wasn't Christopher Reeves, but he was okay Superman, getting the crap beat out of him. Who wants to see Superman get beat up for 2 hours? He's getting beat up by everybody. Plus, you have other superheroes in the movie. I didn't go there to see some guy named Mr. Terrific or some lady named Hawk something or other. I don't even know who she was. Okay, these other superheroes who he calls on. Who needs other superheroes? This is a Superman movie. You want to see Superman flirt with Lois Lane, keep his disguise, and battle crime. That's what you want to see. And good triumph over evil. That's Superman.
Hey, I just noticed that. Ain't that pretty much what happened in Man of Steel? And that's pretty much exactly what happened in Man of Steel. Clark was flirting with Lois Lane. You know what I mean? Have some battles, bro, and good triumph over evil, man. That's pretty much exactly what happened, dog. Oh my, oh man, he said that's WB's fear, and they said breathe it in, toy collector, bro. Crazy, bro. He said pure torture to sit through. Oh my god, Superman being dragged like a rag doll, bro. I think it was Dean Cain was like, bro, he kept having to get saved repeatedly. Bro, this is people's Superman, dog, that they said was relatable, man. Dude getting his ass beat. Oh my god, bro. Crazy. But no, it's just wild that we're at this point, you know, and people are coming out and they're kind of starting to have these conversations, you know. And I'm happy to have them, you know, and I'm a bring my own little, you know, analysis to the situation. But yeah, here we got this article letting it all out there from Phantom Post saying, yo, James Gunn Superman performing worse than Zack Snyder's Man of Steel at the box office, right? And I ain't even about to go too far into this, man. We've been covering this, bro. Like I said, and this is my opinion. You know, this is not fact. I do not believe the fucking domestic numbers. I just don't. It's been too weird. This movie's not making money like that overseas. And like it's getting snatched out of theaters. And it's like at every other point, there's been questionable behavior. There's been twice that there's had to be there's had to be official like retractions of certain numbers, right? Like they've literally had to retract and say, hey, these actually weren't the numbers. We were wrong. They've gotten caught twice so far fudging the numbers. So why would I think that these numbers are even real? Right? But hey, that's just me. Because I feel like they got a little bit more control over the domestic box office. You know what I'm saying? But the international, they can't do a damn thing about that. And yeah, it's just weird, man. Yo, I even heard from some people that, you know, be like handling screenings and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they've been super confused because they've all thought that the movie is trash. And they're like, why is everybody praising this movie like this? Right? It's very odd, you know, but at the same time, even with all that, the shit still can't. It just can't, man. I saw somebody like, oh my god, like it passed it at the domestic, it's gonna pass it at the international too. I'm like, bro, where is this money gonna come from, dog? Like, where is it gonna come from? You know, and this is not even the only metric in when it like in which this movie is just getting smoked by Man of Steel, bro. And shouts out to the homie Leon, man, because he called it, bro. He called it. He said that this shit was going to end up doing around Superman Returns numbers with inflation, and it seemed like he was absolutely right. But this shit is even behind. You know, look, I'll get to that in 1 second. But you know, I mean, is anybody surprised? Right? And y'all remember when they was talking about how people was gonna be in trouble if this movie didn't make $1 billion? I remember that shit. They called July 11th D-Day, didn't they? Ain't that what they said? Bruh, I could have swore somebody said July 11th was D-Day. Right? Somebody send that to me because I know I saw it recently. But yeah, no, I absolutely remember somebody saying it was gonna be D-Day. He said no billion. Oh man, that's a oldie but goodie prime. That no billion, bro. My favorite one was the levels one, bro. That was my favorite one. You know what I'm saying? Like that no billion, bro. Oh man, that's a classic. Real said they're getting the money from a pocket universe, bro. They are literally going down to the pocket universe, bro, and pulling money from other dimensions, dog, and feeding that shit into the box. Oh my god, bro. They are literally going into a pocket dimension and funneling money from an alternate universe. Bro. Oh my god. The money don't even look the same. Like it's similar, but it's like a little bit backwards, you know what I mean? Crazy, bro. They just passing this shit off. Monopoly. Yo, don't nobody else think this is weird, bro? Right? This is like the opposite of the ZSJL situation, right? ZSJL was like a worldwide hit, and they didn't want to release the numbers domestically, right? So they try to say it flopped here. This shit is flopping all across the world, and then they're trying to make it seem like it's a success here, where they have more control over the bro. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, bro. He said there was the Doomsday article. Bruh, somebody send me that picture because I think I saw it earlier. But somebody for sure said that July 11th. Hey, shout out to the dog. Appreciate you. Right? He absolutely said it was Doomsday, bro. So I'm just supposed to believe now that it's not, right? Like, I'm taking y'all at y'all word, dude. Right? There's no billion, bro. Hold up. Crazy. Here we go. All right. Hold up. Let me move this. All right. So all of this, oh no. All of this ups the already sky high stakes for Superman, which relaunches the DC universe under the direction of Gunn and Peter Safran. The film is the studio's best hope at bruh. See what happens, bro. See what happens, bro. They said that this film is the studio's best hope at fielding $1 billion blockbuster in 2025. But even the Man of Steel isn't impervious to box office kryptonite. The superhero adventure is arriving at bust times for the once impenetrable genre. There is a ticking clock for everyone at the studio. July 11th is due day. Is D-Day. I mean, might as well be due day because this baby came into the world. You know what I'm saying? July 11th is D-Day, says Galloway, referring to the date that Clark Kent makes his theatrical run. If Superman, hold up, now let me move these. Let me move this. If Superman can't storm the beaches of Normandy, a lot of people will be in trouble. Oh my God. So now that we got the no billion meme coming back, you know what I'm saying? And all that. I mean, it's crazy. But not only do we got the no billion meme coming back, we also got the homie coming back. We got Josh Herrera stepping into the building. What's going on, Josh? How you feeling today, bro?
I'm feeling vindicated, Sky. How are you feeling?
Chilling, bro. Chilling, bro. He said, bro, and they cutting jobs, bro. Didn't they cut jobs too? They cut like 10% of jobs or something, right?
Yeah, things
Crazy,
are good.
bro.
Crazy. Rats are leaving the
Crazy,
ship.
bro. Crazy, bro. But hey, all is fine at WBD, Josh. Everything's cool, right? There's totally nothing wrong. There's nothing to see here, bro. The building's not on
This,
fire. You know what I'm saying?
this is fine, Sky. This is fine. Everything.
This is fine.
Everything's blurred.
And they're not having a fire sale, right? Like, it's all good, you know?
It's all part of the plan.
Crazy, bro. Yeah, man. Real quick though, before we get into the other thing, what's your thoughts if you want to expound a little bit more on like now people being able or even having to do the legwork of just telling the truth of like, hey, this movie is not performing up to where they thought that it was, and it's not going to beat Man of Steel, and it's not going to do these things that it was being touted to do. So, you know, what's your thoughts on that kind of overall, real quick?
I mean, like I said, just vindication, man. Like we already kind of knew going. We're super fans, right? We are DC fans, and we care about what is happening with this product. Believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
People kind of dismiss us because we like a particular director's iteration, but we have been DC fans all our life.
Absolutely.
So therefore, of course, we're invested in the future of this IP and how it's perceived by the masses. I know I am, anyways. I've talked to you, privately about how I feel things are. I've said it in public streams. This is a big internal sabotage. This is Hydra coming in and deliberately, in my opinion, turning away the fans that are, in my opinion, the true fans. Right? There's different levels to fandom. Everybody can see somebody with a cape and a S on their chest, or what some, I guess, think it's an S on their chest, and just lap it up, right? But we are seeing that this is not the global phenomenon that
Not at all, bro.
these shareholders or Zaslav, said it would be. And I mean, yes, it's making money, but it's not making the money it needs to justify its existence and the context of what came before, the situations that pre-existed, what was promised,
all that. Yep, all
the
this entire thing, bro.
All it is, right, Sky? We have
getting rid of the
been
reshoots, Josh. All that money that they spent trying to fix the Flash and Aquaman 2 and all that. Crazy, right?
throwing money away, right? So make it make sense, Sky. Like, what the heck? Why are you had something pre-existing, something that was working, right? And you threw all that, you wasted money on reshoots through it was just deliberate, right? You're leveraging money on purpose. So, I mean, do your research, right? I always tell people in my personal circle, a little research goes a long way. Because a lot of times I know we as fans, we're in the know, but the GA is not. So it's
Yeah,
important for people
absolutely.
like you to bring these honest conversations to light, right? And we have our fun. Of course we do. There's been tons of stuff talked about us, and we take it, we kind of talk our stuff back. But at the end of the day, it's all about having the correct information and being honest about it. And we know based on the budget and everything, and this article that is showing you this is what's going to happen if it's not a success. And look what's happening now in the headlines, guys. So vindication, like I said, right?
Bro, it's jobs being lost, bro. He said, yes, sir. Being consistent with that. Superman returns figures at best. And I kind of get into that in 1 second. Before we do that, Josh, we were kind of talking about something earlier, and I don't want to go into like too much detail, but I think that it kind of needs to be said, bro. What you have to say, because I know that it's been some crazy stuff kind of happening on your end, bro. So
Being okay, just to preface, I 100%, as I said earlier, like you, we and you bonded with these characters when we were children, right?
absolutely.
We're both around the same age. We both, I know, from what I remember, from what you said, Michael Keaton's Batman 1989 just like
Yeah.
changed our freaking perception about like pop culture, because that was the first, to my knowledge, the first blockbuster movie to cross $200 million worth the worldwide box office. I think it was the worldwide. It might have been the domestic box office. I can't remember, but it was a phenomenon, right? Batmania, basically, is what they called it, and that led to merchandise. Led to the global, um, the mass marketing that has become DC Comics, thanks to Michael Keaton's darker, grounded, edgy take on the character, dispelling everything that came before from my Batman, Adam West, right? So, me and you, and a lot of people in this chat, and other people in the greater fandom, we've been fans. Now, we particularly have bonded over one director's vision, right? Now we have been labeled cultists because of that, for rallying and banding together and fighting for what we want to continue in this universe. And there have been so many people who just cannot stand the fact that we love this product so much, right? At the end of the day, these are like fictional characters. It's nonsense, right? It doesn't really mean anything, but it means something to us. Now, because we love something, there are people in this world, when you love something so passionately, they cannot stand that, and will do whatever in their power to make you feel wrong or bad for loving that thing. All my life, I've had to deal with that. I don't know about you, Sky, but I do know that as a Snyder fan, you
Yeah,
can
man.
relate to that,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So we are labeled, even though I say that, right? That is a false. Yes, we are Snyder fans, but we are so much more than that. But we get dismissed for that reason. Now, with everything that has happened recently, we have made waves, right? But we have made waves just by existing. And some people cannot stand that, which is very, very, very disturbing, in my opinion. I don't know why these people keep coming over to platforms like yours, who all you're doing, yes, we have our fun, we talk our shit, because y'all have always been talking your shit about us. When we're over here minding our business, but we're being honest and giving thoughtful conversations, and you yourself and the Cool Table even will give platforms to detractors, antis, and in my opinion, betas, who just want to talk crap, sit behind a keyboard, and don't actually do the work to actually go to a spectacular, amazing event that is very hard to get into, like Comic-Con. But they're jealous of people like you who've put in the work, who make waves, and they tried to kill the thing that you've created because you want a certain art form to continue. Now you've been getting all the smoke, in my personal opinion, Sky, but I've been getting some myself, and it's
Absolutely.
led to me all my life, y'all. I mean, I've dealt with hate messages in speech all my life. Now, for it to be because the fact that I like Zack Snyder to tell me to go kill myself, to start provoking fights and arguments with my family members on my social media platforms, y'all have crossed the line. And there will be consequences for that. So, to all these people who are taking it way too far, y'all need to stop right now. This is fictional characters, and we as a fan base, right, are just simply keeping the conversation going for something that we love. And because of that, we are villainized. You in particular are having lies and defamations, and it's gross. And we really need to keep highlighting this, that we have been accused of being cultists when there is cult-like behavior happening right now because you simply attended an event as a fan and you were a little too close when you shouldn't have, because you were told you will never get close to Zack Snyder, and look what you did. You've met him several times, had conversations with his wife, conversations with his fans. You have continued to open this platform to a fan base as a safe space to gather and enjoy and rock out with what we love. Meanwhile, there are people in these chats that are simply they got a lot of time on their hands, right, Sky? Like, I don't know what y'all are doing in your daily life, but y'all need to get over your obsession with this man. Get over your obsession with this fan base. Y'all, it's really seeming like an inferiority complex, in my opinion. Like, I'm a behavioralist, you know. In my job, I have to. It's my job to be able to read people, okay? And there's just this deranged Snyder syndrome that we talk about is a real thing, y'all. Because we like one director, y'all are crossing the line right now. So if you want to talk about this Gunn versus Snyder thing, we are over here doing it in a positive and effective manner to keep the art form that we like alive. Meanwhile, y'all go over there. Stay over there. Rock out. Go see your movie that's not doing too well comparatively. All things considered. Yeah, you want to have the headlines. Oh, it crossed the domestic box office. Blah, 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 blah. A freaking 12-year-old movie? Really? We could do the inflation and all that. It doesn't matter. Like, just rock out with what you love. If you're over here hating something so much, you obviously don't have happiness in your life. If you were so happy with the Superman movie, you would not be over here trying to kill something that we love. And you're not going to do it because guess what? They keep on saying the Snyderverse is dead, the Snyderverse is dead, the Snyderverse is dead. Meanwhile, McFarlane Toys campaigns selling out, reaching goals in record time. I'm getting my brand new Hot Toys
over 400
tomorrow.
racks. Over 400 racks, Josh.
400 racks. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And
Josh don't even be using the term racks. I just got him to use racks. It's just hey, you know what I'm saying? Racks. Rack City. Rack City. Hey, y'all know Rack City around this mug. You dig?
But yeah, man. I just wanted to say, like, I see people have seen how I dealt with trolls with The Flash, right? I love that movie unapologetically. And it did get to me in a sense, but I'm not going to let these people affect my life. It affects me in the sense that I am worried about the sociological state of the world when lies can be told about this man above me, right? and you guys obsess about his existence so much that you will not leave him alone. And now you've trickled down and you started to attack not only me, but my family members. And it's uncalled for. It's sad. It's pathetic. And I really hope James Gunn speaks out on this, because there's so much that he has to say about a fractious part of a fandom. Well, you need to talk about the people on your side who are causing that fractious divide. I was at that event, Sky, with you, and let's be honest, there were Peacemaker fans right next to us, were there not?
Absolutely.
Were we cool with them? Were we fighting them?
Absolutely.
Were we
Bro.
pulling up with them?
Bro, it was all love.
We,
I had a
we
great time.
we had respectful debates about certain
I had a
things,
great time,
right?
bro. I had a great time.
But we were rocking out. There are pictures with my Comic-Con best friend who was dressed as Peacemaker, who loves that shit. Okay, I'm not gonna freaking shit on her. Freaking one of the biggest events of her life,
She almost got John
right?
Cena to throw the half of
Name
his like
card.
little half his little name card up there, 100%.
Yeah, he just fumbled the ball like he
Yeah,
always
and
does,
it
but
just fell short.
but I love
It
the
just
man. You know, he
it just
tried.
fell short, like how the box office. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't materialize, guys. I'm
It
sorry.
didn't materialize. And all we're doing when we say things like that, we are just saying things that we're told about our fandom, right? And we have to laugh about it because it's funny. It's funny how karma comes around, right? And things come around. But it's so funny that people have a lot to say about an event, Sky, when those people have probably never attended this event or know how hard it is and the work that you put in personally, right? That me and you
Yeah,
know.
crazy.
So, anyways, we're not going nowhere. I'm just going to tell you guys, you're not getting to us. All you're doing is further causing the fire to rise. So the fire rises.
Wait, hold on. You know what, Josh? I'm gonna show you something afterwards. You might have
All
actually
right.
been more right than you even know, bro.
Oh,
You might have actually been more right than you even know. We got the homie also stopping through. Apex Lux, what's going on, big dog? How you feeling, man? Let me bring Josh back up.
What up? What up? What up?
How you feeling, bro?
Man, doing well, y'all. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to be streaming, bro. Here with the homies having a conversation. This shit's dope. You know what I mean? Where would I rather be right now?
Amen to that, right? And I appreciate all the energy y'all bring into this stream, man. Sky, Josh, man. And yo, it sucks to hear that those details about, you know.
I actually saw what he's talking about, and yes, he's telling the truth, bro. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I know that,
crazy.
but the I know Josh don't be out here lying, but it sucks that that's a reality. Something that you touched on that I really appreciate is the mental part of it all. It's strange, man, because it's like you gotta be a special type of weird to convince yourself that what you're doing is heroic by chasing down, those that are literally like distance ourselves from them, created a chasm between us in regards to, I'll just look at us as an entity, right? And them didn't even remember their existence. And now all of a sudden it's this avalanche of just hate and bots and strangeness because of what we like and don't like over here. It's just fascinating stuff and very eerie. But we will move forward and we're going to keep rocking out and doing what we do. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Point blank.
You know what I mean?
With no fear.
Hey, you want to read this super chat, Leon?
Oh, for sure. Dr. Chase Meridian. What does that say? My opinion. Oh, my opinions on these Snyder haters are totally wackos. A technical term. Shout out to Batman Forever.
You know about Dr. Chase Meridian, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Talking about the blondes in the Batman movie. Talking about the blondes.
Right.
let me go ahead and let me give you this
Black
drop
rubber.
real quick, man.
Who's a writer that you'd want to keep under wraps if you're James Gunn?
I don't know. David Goyer? I don't know. Who?
Joss Whedon.
Oh, Joss. Do you think this could be James Gunn giving him a way back, considering how James Gunn went through the canceling thing and found his way back? Do you think? Oh, interesting. Joss Whedon writing a world's finest for James Gunn to direct? Goodness gracious. I think you're going to blow up the internet if you do.
You're gonna literally blow up the internet because that shit
Yikes.
keep toast, bro.
Yikes.
Oh my god. Can you guys imagine, bro?
Like,
Sending
why-
DC's brain back to the dark ages.
why would you engage in this behavior, gentlemen, right? When you're literally supposed to be championing a character who stands for truth and justice, and the version that we know, the American way, right? But the human way is what he says now in their version. So if that's the version you're rocking out with, why are you treating your fellow humans the way that you are? And
Good question,
just like
bro.
that clip, we know that gross MFer, what he did behind the scenes, that we do know
Crazy.
was gross, inhumane, and downright just like irrehensible. We're like unforgivable. How
What's
he
her girl
butchered.
name that he couldn't even be in the same room as her?
Yeah. What's
Is
her
it
name? Sarah
Charisma
Michelle?
Carpenter?
Yes.
Or it was Charisma, right?
Yes.
Yeah, her.
Couldn't even be in the
Or
same
was it
room
Michelle
with her.
Trachtenberg?
No, I think it was Charisma Carpenter.
I
right.
think, yeah. Sarah Michelle just backed it up, I think.
Yeah.
She just like basically kind of confirmed it.
And then what's crazy is the guy with the toy collector is the one that's gonna bring him back, right? It's crazy. Like this shit is get the toy.
And if people
Bro, this shit is
who are
disturbing,
fans,
bro. Oh my
if
god,
you're
this is so
if you're
disturbing.
okay with that, right, Sky and Leon? If you're okay with that, you know, we don't even know everything that happened with Joss Whedon's version, right?
You know, it's probably worse than whatever came out too. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
it always is. It always is.
It's just wild. It's all a joke. It's all a joke.
It's all a joke, right?
Mm-mm-mm.
But man, Leon, what's your thoughts on all this before I start getting more into how you were right? What's your thoughts on all this with people coming out and kind of having this conversation now about Superman not performing as well as Man of Steel has?
I think it's just incredibly. This whole experience has exposed what we've been saying early on, before this co-head was hired, before everything. Whenever we talk about these topics, we tend to do it through a lens of constantly reminding people that this stuff is controlled by certain people at the top for whatever their reasoning is. The obvious financial, but there's other elements, right? There's the propaganda end of things, the messaging, controlling of the zeitgeist. There's all these different layers, right? And we keep going through that lens so that we could tell people, hey, when strange things occur, don't be surprised, because it should always just be about money, right?
Yeah.
You made a project, you want to get mad money back, keep making projects. You have merchandise to back up projects. It's like being an NBA player, right? You play in the NBA, you have sponsors, that's when people get upset, like, oh my God, why are athletes making more than these people in life? These people are more important. Absolutely. A fireman is more important than an NBA player, but firemen aren't selling like jerseys by the millions. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
it's
just
it's bringing in revenue. You know what I mean?
correct. Correct. It's about exposure and likability, iconography, all that good stuff, right? You look at the DC brand, you would just expect, like, duh, like if Sky, myself, Josh, we're in charge of DC, we're going to do the best by DC, right? We're going to hire people who want the best for the brand so that we can make a ton of money. With this, we've been saying early on, hey, that's not what you're doing if you're aligning this brand with certain people. That co-head, the writers that they got involved, the characters that they have involved, the firing, the not hiring, the letting go, the lies. I'm bringing in Ben Affleck. Absolutely not. I'm gonna do something with Gal Gadot. Nah, you playing with her money. I didn't hire Ben. Therefore I didn't fire or not Ben. I didn't hire Cavill. Therefore I didn't.
Henry, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The true Superman of them all, right? With respect to others that have played him. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things, you're not lining DC up properly to thrive. So it's just fascinating now that they were so sure this is going to hit $1 billion.
So sure.
Which by every metric that they even laid out,
it
didn't make any sense.
Yep.
You hire a guy who pretty much owes you $100 million at the very least.
He said, before we even get to your next project, we got to settle up with your last one, bro. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Okay, sure. Let's try to blame everything on COVID.
As they clearly try to do, even though movies that came out before it made money and people and movies that came out after it made money.
Pretty much everybody that made a movie that should make a profit made a profit.
Pretty much.
No matter
Except
what
that one.
PG-13, G, rated R, it could have been rated NC-17. It made a profit. Everything but the Suicide Squad. It lost reportedly $100 million when in actuality it was probably up to $200 million. But reportedly $100 million. Then you have Peacemaker, which we've coined over here in the Syndicate Network as it sang to the tune of YouTube numbers at best. Then you can't blame that on anything. Then you fast forward to now, where was this billion gonna come from? Even Superman as a brand isn't some $1 billion brand, right? So where was this coming from? You have to do a lot with Superman in order to make Superman viable by a wide audience as is, right? You have to keep him very cinematic. Superman 1 with Christopher Reeves, adjusted for inflation, is over $1 billion. Batman vs. Superman, over $1 billion. Man of Steel, nearing $1 billion. Right?
Crazy.
These are all taken very seriously. The moment you make Superman a dork, no one's showing up.
Nobody's showing up, bro.
So where was this billion coming from? So now you have the conversation going from it's gonna make $1 billion and crush everybody to man, international audiences are trash. They don't know what they're talking about. To we're comfortable with it surpassing blah blah blah. Oh no, we're comfortable. They have changed the rhetoric for the outcome of this movie along the way in real time.
In real time, bro.
And I'll just say this lastly, I don't care if you like us, if you hate us, if you're indifferent to us. Who gives a shit? Pay attention to what has been happening in literal real time. We've seen the narrative go from it's going to make $1 billion to making a financial success doesn't really matter at this point, which is why this isn't even why I said the Superman Returns numbers, but because I said it early on, just based on all the metrics I said earlier, that it was going to hit at best Superman Returns figures. That meant either literally the same box office or adjusted for inflation. That at best is going to reach Superman Returns figures.
Yo, you were even saying like you thought it was going to be around the same realm in tickets sold, right?
Yep.
And if you look right here, Superman is sold around 26.2 million tickets. And Superman Returns sold 30 and a half, bro. That's crazy, dog.
It's almost like I be knowing what the fuck I'm talking about around here, as well as everybody here in the syndicate.
Hey, y'all got to give it up for Leon on this one. He's been on this shit, this Superman Returns, precisely the ticket sales as well. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
I remember Sky and I had conversations. I remember when I first talked to him about it, we're talking about all this shit. It was a while back. And I said, bro, and I even specifically told him, I said, I'm talking ticket sales, dog. I'm talking purchase tickets. I'm saying that this thing does not do any better than Superman Returns. It's going to hit around Superman Returns with purchase tickets. I remember saying that.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Batman nailed it once again.
Nailed it, bro. I mean, and like, look, we don't even want to look at Man of Steel. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even gonna talk about that shit. Like we ain't even gonna look at Man of Steel. We just gonna focus on Superman and Superman Returns, bro. That's crazy, dog. They're not gonna reach that either. They're not gonna reach that 30 million tickets sold. I highly doubt it. Another 4 million? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I mean, they knew what they were doing by going back.
Say again.
I said they knew what they were doing by going back to the same tone that didn't work before. That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you putting that expectation when history proves otherwise, right? Anytime you try to do this perversion, in my opinion, honestly, of what was grounded and serious before, you get the Batman and Robin results. I mean, killed the freaking comic book franchise. And in a way, we know Gunn's history. We know he really does not like these IPs or these characters. So who else would you put in charge if you wanted this to no longer be what Hollywood has to greenlight, right? So, because I know, from what I know, these executives don't like to listen to fans. They do not like to have to cater to us. They do not like following the comic books. They want to do their own thing because they think they can do better. When all the times that they do that show that they don't have success.
This is such a great point. Frank C says, notice Jurassic World Rebirth is not getting the coverage that Superman is getting, and Jurassic World is closer to 1 billion. That is absolutely fucking true, bro.
Yes, I think it's about 700 something to almost 800.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna see all the headlines,
bro.
You're gonna see the headlines. Oh, it's not gonna make 1 billion. It's not gonna make up. You're gonna see all the headlines.
What the fuck is Superman gonna make? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's all the Superman? It's not gonna make 1 billion. Where's all those?
So, real quick before you read that, I just wanted to say this. I don't know if we're gonna touch on this, but I came across an article. Appreciate the DM of and I'll read it. Of Gunn discussing how he is not doing a direct sequel to Superman, apparently. Isn't that interesting?
Not
interesting.
Absolutely not.
W Mir with the $10 super chat saying, did you say manipulating brainwaves? Well, I'm sorry, James. The answer is no. losing the company millions, manipulating brainwaves. It just raises too many questions. Oh my god, bro. Let me go ahead and play this drop. Let me find. Yeah, here we go.
You know, I got all this shit hanging over my head. But you off trying to start a war with our partners.
The nigga diss me every time I see him. Acting like he the one in charge and shit.
In Compton, he is the one. You lose. Every time you bite with that nigga, and I'm the one that pays for it. And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug?
You don't mean that shit?
The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk. Drive, motherfucker!
Oh my god. You gonna get off his corners? I love that shit, bro. You gonna leave his people be? Right? But yeah, man, this is, I mean, Leon, are you done taking your victory lap, bro? Because like I thought you was gonna be rubbing it in a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because this is pretty crazy, bro. You literally been saying this shit the whole time, bro.
I'm glad you said that because you just pointed out something I forget about myself. Sometimes when I'm right, I'm like, whatever, because I'm usually right. Like, I mean, and it's not, oh, I'm bragging. Like, if I say some shit and I'm very emphatic, like, it's not moving me off that shit. Like, that's just how I'm built. Like, I'm very emphatic about things that I know for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, as my digital footprint across all these different platforms, yours, you know, the Syndicate Network, y'all know what's up. When I say some shit, like y'all used to call me Google. So this shit here was easy work. You lost the audience, right? Superman already is something that you have to take seriously in order to get it right. You didn't do that. You hired a dude who's a failure at the box office. And he's lucky that no one started a campaign to expose him the same way that they tried to do with the Flash situation. He lucky that didn't happen. Because if that happened,
bro,
I'd be wrong in the reverse, meaning it'd get less. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, can you imagine the people was like outside handing out flyers outside of movie theaters and shit? You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Right. Fact. How much worse that this could have possibly been. That's why you don't hire somebody like him as the DC Studios head, bro. For sure. This all could have been. It was all so simple. Shout out to Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Nah, but this is crazy, bro. And what up, your life? Yeah, the homie Leon was right on the money, bro. He was like, this shit gonna do Superman Returns numbers in terms of tickets sold. He was literally saying that. And it's gonna struggle to get there.
Facts. I wanted to be wrong and it make less, but I was like, at best, that's it. You know,
man. So look, man, we're in another quandary where all this shit has happened and it's all been right. We've come full circle. And what has it been for, gentlemen? What has it all been for? Now we're starting off behind where we start. Like, yo, these questions have to be answered, right? If you guys were talking about Man of Steel failed to launch the DCEU and this shit makes less money, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean?
Don't make sense. And it does not justify its existence, in my opinion.
Yeah, he
At
said,
all.
"Sorry, y'all. I watched Batman Forever recently, bro. Don't ever apologize. The soundtrack to that movie alone, dog. Ba-da-da, ba-da, ba-da-da, 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 ba-da, ba- bruh. There used to be a grain tower along on the sea, and you became the light
on the dark side of me.
and love remains the drug that's the highest I feel. But did you know that when it
When it
snows,
snows, my
I
eyes
become
in the light that
that
you
you shine
shine.
can be seen, baby.
I can
I
bring
can
it
bring you
to a
to a
kiss
kiss
from
from a
a
rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, stranger it
stranger.
feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a
And
light
light
hits
hits
the
the
gloom on
gloom.
the grave. Yes, R.I.P. Val Kilmer.
Song.
The seal, dog,
Rest in peace, Val Kilmer, for sure.
bro.
Fire.
Yes.
Hey, I'd watch Batman Forever every day before I'd watch some of these more.
He said
Facts.
we back on Kiss from Road. I didn't bring it up, bro. I didn't do it. Did I bring it up, guys? No.
Nope.
All right.
It was brought
He
in.
said Batman Forever is better than Superman. Yes, it is, bro.
Yes, it is.
Bruh. What?
Yes, it is.
Yo, you remember watching that as a kid, bro?
Yes, dog.
Hey, my favorite
like that
song.
one.
My favorite song. I don't know if y'all know about this song.
Mm.
Babe, it must be art. You're living in a suitcase. Ooh, stop. What is that? What I forget the rest, but he was like, hold me, thrill me,
Yeah.
kiss
Kiss
me.
me,
I don't know.
kill
No, hold me, throw me, kiss me, kill me. By YouTube?
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
That
What a
video
fuck-
too. That comic book video.
Yes, bro.
Right.
Love you.
That's got to be the best song YouTube's ever made, bro.
Oh yeah. It goes hard too.
I love that damn song.
I would have loved to see
Hey,
it.
y'all ain't rock with that album that they had loaded on everybody's phone when they bought it.
Innocence of
Like,
what is it?
what the hell is this, bro? Why do I have a YouTube album on my phone?
That's
What is
wild.
this, bro? Right.
I still have it. I still do on my iPad or iPod.
You see, here's a crazy fact. Superman L's cover name was Genesis. Yeah, bro. Oh my God. This guy, bro. He gonna call it Genesis, and you start off the movie with a 666. How blasphemous, dog. What's going on, man?
Facts,
Like,
bro.
that's
Yikes.
crazy, bro.
That's like
Shout out to
crazy.
Seal. And yeah, shout out to Ozzy too, man. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Sharon.
The bad head eater himself.
Right.
Watch out, Leon. Watch out.
Crazy
Come on.
train. Crazy train, bro. That's like the Syndicate album. What?
Hey.
Yo, I don't know if I told man, look, man. I almost did something crazy. I think it was like yesterday. I'm gonna tell y'all afterwards. I almost did something crazy, bro. He said, Matt Reeves, I have a request for you. Bring back Seal for the Batman 2 and you will have my money. For sure. Right. But look, let's start wrapping up, man. He said Apple tried it. He never listened to that YouTube album. That was crazy, bro. Right. But yeah. Let's start wrapping up, gentlemen. Let's start getting y'all final takes. Josh, man, I appreciate you coming through. Always bringing the receipts and you know what I'm saying, bringing the energy, bro. We appreciate it. And yeah, I just want to thank you for all your help throughout these past bro. It's like ever since full circle, bro, it's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we really appreciate you over here and much love and thank you for stopping through. What's your final thoughts as we get on out of here, bro?
Sentiments is likewise, Sky. You know how I feel about you, dog. You know, homie, and I consider both you and Leon friends. You know, I know you
Especially after
don't.
I went on that foot mission, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
bro.
You
Y'all
know,
don't even
you
know.
Absolutely.
know.
That's
And
Robin right there.
I wouldn't even be alive and able to do what I did with Sky on Saturday. I appreciate you, homie. I needed that. I needed that. But no, it's always a pleasure to rock out with fans who not only are logical, right? Are grounded, but something that is sadly just uh very few and far between that I find when it comes to curating certain friendships or relationships. There's a lack of common sense, I think, in the world today, which is very alarming. Um, and I really appreciate that you guys were taught that by your folks or whoever, was instrumental in your upbringing. You were both stand-up gentlemen. Ever since I've known you, I've known you guys way before you knew anything about me. But once I did touch base with both of you, um, it's been nothing but a pleasure. You guys are who you say you are. You're not any different from behind the camera where we are right here. I know that 100% true. I know that about Necron himself, part of the cool table. It's in the chat. I know that about Batman. I know that about several community members here in the Snyderverse fandom. We are people, we are fans, and we have a fiery passion that not a lot of other fan bases have, right? But because we don't move on and give up, we are labeled cultists, we are labeled deranged and toxic and blah, blah, blah. But really, we are just, you especially, Sky, with Leon, the new geeks, are essentially bringing these conversations of logic, truth, and justice to the forefront. And you're doing it by being human beings, right? You kind of see the other side sometimes, and you give platforms to the detractors too to speak their minds and their piece. But when you come over here and do it in a disrespectful manner, it's not going to be tolerated. You're not going to change anything. You're only going to make the fire burn even more. And I really appreciate you guys just bringing these truths to light, because without you guys being here, the narratives would be running wild right now. Right, that headline that came out today, which didn't, in my opinion, didn't really get a lot of traction. It was like, oh, they got their headline. That's the success right there. They know the movie's not going to do anything more. Hell, they should be going, instead of trolling people like me, Sky, Leon, the Cool Table, the Snyderverse fandom, go support that movie because it's not doing what it needs to do. So I just want to thank you guys for inviting me on to kind of speak about this. I don't really usually speak on things like that, but when you come, for my family members and my personal life, then you cross the line. And I really pray for you. I really hope that you find some kind of happiness in your life, because obviously the Superman movie is not making you happy if you have to come over here and antagonize fans who simply want powerful art to continue. We are fighting for art and for integrity, and I appreciate you guys. I respect you guys so much, and I'm honored to call you guys friends. Thank you guys once again.
Man, we appreciate you too, Josh. For sure, man.
Yo, man, that was beautiful. Very well said. Very well. And much love to you too, man. Genuinely, you are a friend. I can call you that for sure. For sure.
I
Genuinely.
better be. I'm Robin, Batman. Come on.
Right.
Facts.
Hey,
No,
man, look.
I'm on YouTube. I told people how I get down with the words love and friendship and all that. You got to earn that shit. And Josh is one of the few that have. For sure.
But I'm just letting y'all know, y'all ain't met Comic-Con Josh yet, man. Comic-Con Josh is
It's true.
A different animal, huh?
bro,
It's a
a
different
whole different animal, dog. Whole different animal.
Ain't no smiles, right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, ain't no smiles
To
at
be
all,
fair,
bro.
I met
Ain't
full
no-
circle, Josh. You know what
It
I
ain't
mean?
no smiles at nah, bro. But I mean, hey, with his help, we was able to, you know what I'm saying, figure out a way to get to the front, bro. And it was like, yo, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? And
That's when the
That's what's
smiles
up.
came in. That's when the smiles came in.
yeah, oh no. Once we was there, it was all smiles. But in the lead up, oh no.
I told
Josh
Sky,
wasn't
I was
playing no
like,
games, bro.
you're drafted back into the military, Sky.
Hey, I was like, hey, bro, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, hey,
Hey,
just,
and you
just
were a
let me know.
soldier, just like
You know what I mean?
You were a soldier, just like you've always been.
For sure.
Yeah.
Pulled up. You know
Oh,
what
I
I'm
see
saying?
that comment too. I was gonna read that, but that's up to Sky because I actually forgot about that.
What?
Nate's memes. What you just said.
Oh,
I completely forgot.
yeah, nah, we kind of
Yeah.
touched on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of touched on that. But yeah, bro. Moving on to Leon, what's your final thoughts, man, as you kind of get on out of here, man? This is crazy, bro.
Man, it's funny because like I looked up these lyrics to that YouTube song, and bro, the first few lines are kind of apropos. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't know how you took it, you just know what you got. Oh lordy, you've been stealing from the thieves and you got caught. It's like, I don't know, I just feel it like you stole it. You stole it. And didn't know what to do with it. But anyway, that pretty much sums up how I feel about this whole entire ordeal when it comes to all this crap, man. It's like, it's so fascinating to witness like a psyop take place.
Right? This is crazy, bro.
It's freaking nuts, man. In
Right?
real time.
To sit here and watch it play out is crazy.
You had every major simp, shill, twerking platform, right?
All of them.
All of them said a billion, a billion, a billion, a billion, a billion, a billion.
A Billy, a Billy, a Billy, a Billy, a Billy,
a Billy, a Billy, a Billy. And then they said, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Then they said a Millie.
Facts!
A
Millie, a Millie, a Millie.
They said, nah, you heard that shit wrong. That shit called a Millie, bro.
They said,
like,
how much
what?
though?
No Billy?
Well, maybe 800 milli. No,
Nah.
a little lower.
He said, bro, it don't even got to reach 7. Dog. He said, what you talking about?
And y'all remember who laid the first seeds to that, right? Old boy from the nerd basement joints.
Right? Yeah.
Dinner nerds.
Crazy.
Tell me it don't have to be successful. And we called it. We said that was gonna be the first seed planted, man. It was like that little domino effect.
And that's exactly what happened.
So it's just nuts, man. I hope everybody paying attention. And you know, when y'all have these sort of entertainment conversations, just keep this stuff in mind. Don't let it play games with your mind. You feel me? Outside of that, man, I appreciate you gentlemen, man. I appreciate obviously everybody in the syndicate, but just specifically, man, Superman, as they used to call you, and Robin. You know, I know people think that's funny. It is funny. It's funny, right? But y'all have no idea. Like, these some clutch dudes, man, and so many darts from all directions coming this way. And that's a sign when you're on the right track, right? Not most paths that go down somewhere fruitful, right? Darts come along the way. But you got to have the right people around you and the right support system so that, you know, they can help you pluck them off, man. You know what I mean? It sucks that you have to go through that, but such is life, right? Such is life, you know. Not everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows. It doesn't excuse anything, and it doesn't pardon anything either, because you know, a lot of this stuff comes with ramifications. You know, it's funny because he recently Gunn recently put out a message on one of these social media platforms where he said basically don't pay attention to toxicity, right? Like that was the underlying thesis of what he was trying to say. Like, don't pay attention to toxicity. If you give toxicity life, then it just grows, right? Essentially, which that's a great message. I get it. But like, let's be honest. If we're here and we're giving criticism to, let's say, him or any other director, or, you know, we're giving compliments to him or any other director, whatever the case may be, if we're focusing our entertainment platforms towards the entertainment itself and the person who makes it or persons who make the entertainment, and we're not talking about the fans, we're not highlighting people who twerk for them and shill for them, like we're doing what every other YouTuber does. Criticisms, heat, entertainment, all that shit. You guys can try to critique the language and make it more damning than it is. Y'all can do all the little manipulation. At the end of the day, you are the freaking weirdo and you are the stalker. If you're coming, you're not just doing it in comments. That's one thing. If you want to leave a comment and say, this video, this stream sucks, you suck, I hate your face. Everybody does that. Who cares? That's a part of YouTubing and being a content creator, right? What's not okay is the extracurricular activities and the extra energy that takes place beyond just being a viewer who didn't like what you saw or like what you heard. When you're taking it to, you're crossing lines of being personal, right? Trying to get rid of someone, trying to sully someone's name, you know, trying to defame them. That's when it starts to get crazy. And then you take it a step further and you start to send threats and wish harm on them. It's wild stuff. So I just hope that a one James Gunn is aiming that messaging within his own fandom, or those that may not necessarily, because these individuals that I'm thinking of and hinting at, they claim not to be Gunn fans. Well, damn, you seem to hang around a lot of his topics and a lot of things involving him, you know? So whatever you are, I just hope that James Gunn understands that his people are not without fault. They're not these little angels that are waiting around to be picked on. They're hopping under people's comments. They're spamming people with monkey gifts. And now those that are seemingly kind of the leaders of his fandom, whether they want to claim that or not, are going out of their way to defame people, send threats, and wish harm on them, and wish self-deletion on them. It's not cool. Hypocritical. And it's crazy. We'll just continue to distance ourselves and be successful in our own right and do what we do. Because we're not stopping. We're not going anywhere. And if that hurts you, you might want to get a life and do something better with your time. That's all I got to say for now.
Hey, for sure, man. Look, I appreciate y'all coming through and laying this out. Man, look, bro, I ain't even got much more to say. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like y'all been, you know, killing it, and I don't got much more to add. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna be doing much more talking on these situations. You know, I'm doing my talking in another way. You know, understood. We got legal stuff working out. You know what I mean? So I'm just, you dig? Because crazy.
Best moves are the best moves.
You know what I'm saying? Sitting here, bro. But anyway, look, man, I appreciate all you guys, yo, for sure, man. And send havoc. Just hold on, man, because members minutes is being revamped. You know what I mean? Y'all have passed the thing a while ago, so let me go ahead and get this to y'all real quick.
You still owe the Great One 50,000 more worlds. He will hear your plea when you pay your debt.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I just appreciate y'all coming on. And I appreciate all you guys being in the chat. I appreciate the replay crew. I appreciate everybody's well wishes and all this stuff, man. And yep, we gonna continue to rock out and they can be mad, but hey, tell them just cry harder. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep doing what we doing. And yep, we gonna see y'all next time. You dig? Peace.
Bang.